Lequita Brooks here. Welcome to the Single Moms Brunch Podcast. Yes, we are going to chat it up, ladies. Yes, we are. Where we have conversations about mindset, opportunities, money, and definitely success. Go grab your mimosa, your eggs Benedict, or maybe even your eggo walk and join the conversation. Hey there, single moms. Lequita Brooks here. Welcome to another episode of the Single Moms Brunch Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about from mom guilt to gratitude. There are so many moms right now in this season, whether you're single, whether you're in a situationship, whether you're even married, they are experiencing mom guilt. So it's definitely something that I wanted us to chat it up about because you know what? I need you to overcome mom guilt. And listen here, moms, those of you who are working single moms, whether it was an unplanned pregnancy, divorce, or you are a widow, whatever the reason may be, make the best of being a mom that is single. Don't get me wrong, there are perks to having a companion, but sometimes having a companion is not always the best thing depending on whether that person is a good fit for your life. So embrace this time, mom. And for the month of April, we're talking about get rid of non-essentials like corporate working single mom. So get rid of all the non-essentials. So anything that's dead weight, people, situations, environments, okay? Get rid of them just like corporate did. So let me ask you this question, mom. Why do you feel mom guilt? Why do you feel mom guilt? So I've read so many different responses and so many comments. And I'm just going to read a few of them to see, can you relate? And is this why you're feeling mom guilt? So Holly said, I feel mom guilt, just trying to make sure I provide enough for my daughter to flourish and to have a great childhood, but also me time because it's so hard to get. So, can you relate to Holly? Are you feeling mom guilt simply because you just want to make sure that you're able to give your child enough for them to have a great childhood? Are you feeling mom guilt partly because you want me time, but then trying to balance being a mom? Mandy said, I'm raising two sons and I feel like I've failed them as a mom. Do you work long, stressful hours like Mandy and that you don't have enough time? And also, Mandy even said, I feel mom guilt because I picked the wrong mate. Do you feel like you've picked the wrong mate? You know, Susan said, guilt exclamation mark. I still struggle with it just because I am a working single mom and too many parts needing, like there's just so much that's needed to get done and not enough energy and not enough time. And she says she just wants to be there for her child, but she has to work. So do you feel like your job is so stressful and overtaking your whole life? Like Susan said, is that how you're feeling? Is that why you're feeling mom guilt? Or is it something different? Like, really give some thought to, it's easy to say, okay, I feel mom guilt, but why is it? What is that really deep underlining reason? Regina said, I struggle with many, and mainly it's just giving myself grace and love because and then she's also always feeling mom guilt. So she doesn't know how to give herself grace. Are you having that same challenge as Regina? Not giving yourself grace, not giving yourself love, and then feeling the mom guilt because you never put yourself first. So it's kind of like if you're not in a good place as a mom, then you can't be the best mom for your child. It's like it goes both ways. Never have time for self-care. Just did you lose your identity with being a mom? Like, did you forget? Like, did Lequita forget who Lequita is? Did Regina forget? Did Susan forget? Did Mandy forget? Did Holly forget? Did you forget who you were before you became a mom? Maybe you're also dealing with the mental health and you can't be fully present. So, what are those things that's causing you to feel that mom guilt? And listen here, moms, you might be feeling mom guilt today, but it does not mean that that has to always be your reality. You can make a change, you can do something about it, you can overcome mom guilt. Mom guilt is not a lifelong sentence. That's not something that's lifelong. It's something that's happening in this particular second right now. It can change in a minute. It can change in an hour. It can change in a day. It can change within a week. It can change, mom. So just because you feel that mom guilt today, guess what? It's cool. Got it. There's nothing wrong with feeling it. Nothing wrong, because the first step to make any change is awareness. So just being aware of why you actually feel that mom guilt. And if you know that you're that mom that's feeling mom guilt, I need you to sign up ASAP. Like, I need you to sign up right now while you're listening to me. You have to sign up for my Be the Best Mom free virtual training that's coming up. It will be live. I will be there with you. This is not something that's pre-recorded. No, I will be there live. We'll be doing Q&A, and it's for moms like you that are experiencing mom guilt. So make sure you go to freebestmomwebinar.com. Once again, that is freebestmomwebinar.com. If you know that you're feeling mom guilt, like Mandy because she doesn't have enough time, like Holly because she has stressful hours, like Susan because she just has too many moving pieces and she can't make time for herself, like Regina who never gives herself grace and love. Because guess what, mom? I need you to move from mom guilt to gratitude, because there's so many things you can be thankful for at this moment, and those will be the things you're going to leverage, that you're grateful for, that you're great at doing, that's an asset to you. Those are going to be the things you're going to need in this season to push past that mom guilt and to go forward and to gratitude. So listen, mom, if you had a magic wand, what would your life look like if you were able to overcome mom guilt? What would it look like? Right? So I've kind of talked about some of the moms where they said the things they struggle with and why they feel mom guilt. But guess what? Maybe for you, what your life will look like is you would have more time to be there for your child. You would have more energy to be there for your child. You would be able to pay for someone to clean your house if you had the financial means. You would be able to find time for self-care so then you can be the best version of you as a working single mom, so then you can give the best to your child. Because if you're drained, you're exhausted, and you're tapped out, okay, if you're at your wit's end beyond belief, you can't give anything to them. So it's just as important for you to be present for your child as it is for you to be present for you. It's just as important. So what would your life look like? Is it that you would have more patience? What is it? Would it be that you'll, just embrace the fact that you have beautiful children? Yes, it might not have been the man or the person that you had the child with that you feel like might not have been a good idea. Okay, and what? You might not have the ideal co-parent. Maybe they weren't, the best person to have a child for, but guess what? You now have a beautiful child that's amazing, that has so much potential to do amazing things in their lives. Okay, so it might not have been the ideal person to create the child with, but guess what? Your baby is here now. And their whole life trajectory is dependent upon you and you being the best version of yourself, mom. And that's something just to be grateful for in itself. So, what would your life look like, mom, if you were able to overcome this mom guilt? And you can, and you will, because guess what? I believe in you. Do you believe you can overcome mom guilt? Do you believe that? Do you believe that you can get past, like Morgan said? She has a whole list. Morgan said, guilt for not keeping house the way my mom did. Worry about I'm messing up my kids. Envying the moms that get to stay home with their kids when I have to work. Morgan, guess what, mama? If you can relate to Morgan, This is for you. If you can relate to Morgan, you can be that mom that's in the car rider zone. You can be that mom to homeschool your child. You just have to create a lifestyle that allows that. So what? They have a husband, and there's tons of women that have husbands who cannot afford to stay at home. There are tons. I talk to them all the time in my coaching practice, all the time. Women who have husbands who are just as stressed, overwhelmed, frustrated, drained, and exhausted, who cannot quit their job. So what? You're single. You can do it. I'm doing it. I am a working single mom, and in this season of my life, I don't get child support. No, I do not. And yet, I'm able to be home and be present, and you can too. So I'm not saying it to you because it's just a idea. No, it's my reality. Was it my reality in 2008? No, not at all. Yes, I had the 10 hustles, but guess what? I didn't have the peace of mind and the mental space and the mental freedom that I have today. So you can do it also, mom. So you can do it also, mom. So it doesn't matter. So what? You don't have a mate. You got this, mama. I'm doing it and I know you can do it too. You know, Mia said guilt of not being able to give her the attention she needs. I work full time, I bartend on the weekends so we can have a good life and not struggle. So for Mia, she's working an excessive amount of time just to provide. And guess what? And if that's you, if you can relate to Mia and you're working multiple jobs, you have to really sit down and think about what are you good at? What are your strengths? What do you need to do in order to attain a career, whether that's going back to school to get a degree, whether that's a certification, whether that's an apprenticeship program, whether it's just an on the job training program? What is it? What type of career? That one particular thing that you can do that's going to earn you enough money. If you can relate to Mia, because she's working so many jobs just to provide financially. So that means Mia needs a new career, and if you're Mia, you need the same thing. And also, she says, dinner and dishes and laundry and paying bills, just the whole 9 yards. So if that's you, you need to figure out a better career. If you know that you make great money, but you don't know where it goes, that means you need to figure out how you're spending your money and you need to downsize. But whatever the situation is, I firmly believe there is a solution to every single problem. So whatever it is that is causing you to have mom guilt, and whatever it is, I believe that there's a solution for you to overcome it, and you just have to create a strategy. So do you believe, mom? Do you believe you can overcome your mom guilt? And if you don't believe for you, I believe in you. I believe you can overcome mom guilt. And what changes can you make in your life to go from feeling mom guilt to gratitude as a working single mom? April said, guilt is the hardest for me. I've been a single mom since pregnancy. I feel so guilty all the time about how much I had to stretch myself to make things work, how little time I have, how tired I am, how much money we don't have, just everything. The guilt eats me up. Listen here. Listen carefully, mama. If this is you and you're April and it sounds like her whole entire life is a wreck, that's what it sounded like to me. And you might feel like everything is a mess, okay? You don't see anything good. Let me tell you, I need you to be grateful. Just the fact that you have the ability to go to work, that you can go and stretch yourself thin, that you can be tired, that you do know how to earn money. Is it ideal? Not at all, mama. It is not. And it is a lot to be frustrated and angry about. Don't think that I'm saying it's okay, but I'm saying that you have the ability. So that means just like you have the ability to hustle hard and stretch yourself thin now just to make ends meet, you have the ability to create that lifestyle that you want. You have the ability to make that change. You have the ability to recognize what's working and keep it. You have the ability to recognize what's not working and to let it go. You have the ability to make changes, create that strategy. But first, I need you to just simply visualize what do you want your life to look like for you and your child? And focus only on things that you can control. So I don't want to hear, well, I need a husband or I need my co-parent to step up. Guess what? You can't control any of that. You don't know what your co-parent is going to do. So I need you to focus your energy on what you can do to better your child, you and your child's life. Period. That's it. Focus on what you can do. Sarah said, guilt. I was raised by a single mom and I never wanted this for myself. My son's dad took off while I was still pregnant, so I had to raise my son by myself. It sucks that he doesn't have a dad. I know what it's like to grow up and feel something is missing. So I hope I can be the best mother I can. And just like Sarah, if you're feeling like Sarah, you can't control what he does. You just can't. Or if your co-parent is of the same sex, either way, you can't control them. You cannot. You can only focus on what you can do. And I'm gonna always say the first step is just simply visualizing. I want you to take a moment, mom, right now, right in this second. It's so easy to say all the things that you don't like. It's so easy to say all the things you want to change. That's easy. The tough part is to really think about what is it that you want from your life. It's interesting. This one lady posted today and she said, what would you like? I have a whole year. I have one whole year. I got a whole year to just do whatever I want to do. I don't have to worry about paying no bills. What would you all do if you were me? And some of the people say, oh, I would go to the museum. Oh, I would travel. Or I would go sightsee. I would go do this and that. And I'm reading it and I'm like, am I the only one that's seeing this? Why in the world would I just want to waste a whole year of just parlaying and just doing nothing and I don't have to worry about no bills or nothing? Guess what? I'm going to spend that year to travel, to sightsee. And while I'm traveling, I'm working on my master plan. So then it's not just for a year, it's for a lifestyle. It's lifelong. Like, why? And it was so crazy that so many people responded by talking about what they would do. And it's like, no, it's not about what you do in a year just to have fun and parlay. No, it's about you creating that lifestyle for you to live the remainder of your life during this year. Because guess what? You have no mental blockage. You have nothing stopping you. So, mama, I need you to sit down for a moment and really think about it. And even if it takes you days and days and days, it doesn't matter. Every time you have a thought or a moment to really just think about what you want your life to look like, then I need you to write it down so you can create a strategy, because you first have to be able to see it. If you can't see it, you can't strategize and you can't execute. So you got to first be able to see it. So what changes can you make in your life to go from feeling mom guilt to gratitude as a working single mom? And what date and time are you going to take the steps required to change your lifestyle so you can overcome mom guilt and be the best mom for your child? So, like Holly said, she simply said, she doesn't have enough time. So think about, like in Holly's situation. For Holly, since it's simply, I don't have enough time. What is it, mom, that's taking up all of your time? What is that thing you're spending the most time at, or what are you doing? Like, how are you using your time? Is it because of your job? Is it because you work very long hours? Or is it other things? What is it? And how can you change that? I'm not saying to just quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that if your job is so stressful and all you can do is just collapse when you get home, then it's time to do something different. Whether that's a different career, whether that's with another company that's going to embrace you, that has a very healthy culture, whether that is staying at the job, saving your money so you can transition to do something else, whatever it might be, you have to free up that time, because right now that particular job is not working for you if that's the situation. Susan said, too many parts needing you and never enough time. What is all the parts? Is what I'm saying. Like, if you feel like Susan, what are all the parts? Like, what does that really look like? Or is it just the idea of so many things, but it's not necessarily so many things? So really write out, what are all the obligations or the hats that you wear that are taking up your time or taking you away from your child? If it's simply, you regret having a child with this particular person, guess what, mama? It is what it is. The baby is here, and you just gotta love them and help them become a productive adult that has a very fulfilling life doing what they desire to do. And that's it. No regrets. Baby's here, you love your child, and you know what? It's you can't do over it that we can't do that over. It just is what it is. Hey, make the best of that. And just know you have a wonderful child that the possibilities are endless. So, what date and time are you going to take those steps, mom, required to change your lifestyle so you can overcome mom guilt and be the best mom for your child? And I need you to listen to this carefully, mom. You did not complete an offense, mom. I need you to stop feeling mom guilt today and to create a strategy to overcome the things you feel guilty about. Visualize the life you want for you and your child. Create a strategy and implement the plan to be the best mom. You got this, mom. The possibilities are endless. You can do this. Yes, you can do this. And I need you to stop feeling mom guilt today. So everything you write down on paper that you feel like you're having mom guilt about right now, I need you to write it all down. And then from that, right next to it, write down, what can you do? What is within your control? What is within your power to change so then you can overcome that mom guilt? Because I need you to do that today, mom. Yes, indeed. And make sure, if you know that you're that mom that's experiencing mom guilt, as so many of these moms are, like Mandy and Susan and Regina and Natalie, and if you can relate to any of them, make sure you go to freebestmomwebinar.com. Once again, that is freebestmomwebinar.com. If you can relate to any of these moms, and if you know that you're experiencing mom guilt, this webinar is definitely for you. I am Lequita Brooks, and I look forward to us chatting it up next Sunday at 11 a.m. Thanks, Mom, for joining me today at the Single Moms Brunch Podcast. Yes, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and tell all the other moms that you know about it. And you know what, Mom? I can't let you go without giving you a free gift. So make sure you go to www.singlemomsbrunch.com. Once again, that is singlemomsbrunch.com to get your free gift. I am Lequita Brooks. And remember, you are not a single mom. You are a mom that is single.